Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you're all well, enjoying somewhat nice weather out there. A little bit of a calming kind of look and feel out there, at least from Sherwood Park, anyway. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Dune and Friends. My name is Duane. I'm your host today, and I suppose I'm your host every day here on this program. But today we have a special guest joining us, a fantastic guest, and we have Samantha King. Samantha King is in the house, everybody. We have Samantha King. Woo! And Samantha, we already have 18 viewers joined us already here. We 18 and climbing. So we haven't even said hello yet. So Samantha was born to sing the blues. If you heard her, you would agree with that statement. Samantha was born to sing the blues. Winner of the 2018 Edmonton Blues Society's Memphis-bound Blues Challenge, along with her band, the YEG Trio, YEG Trio. Samantha has been on a whirlwind adventure as her group heads to Memphis in January 2019 and made the top 10 in the 35th Annual International Blues Challenge. The win garnered her and the YEG Trio a top spot at the Calgary Blues Festival and the Edmonton International Blues Festival. Samantha has been nominated by her peers in years past for the Canadian Country Music Awards, Female Vocalist of the Year, and the Chevy Trucks Rising Star Award. One of her original compositions, entitled The All Overs, awarded her grand prize in the country category for the 2006 John Lennon Songwriting Competition. Now, she has been nominated by both the Canadian Radio Broadcasters and the Junos in 2004. And the list is long, my friend. But without further delays, please help me in welcoming our guest, Samantha King. Samantha, welcome, and thank you for joining us today, my friend.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. This is exciting.
Wonderful. So we now have 23 viewers watching and climbing, and we have some viewers already commenting here. We have, let me just highlight very quickly here. We have Joan Kusher saying hello, Real Fagnon saying wonderful. And Laurel G says hi, and Riel says love playing with her. So the room is filled with love, my friend, and let's hear from you. Percy Marshall has just joined here with lots of happy faces, and tell us the backstory beyond that introduction that I just shared with the viewers. Tell us a bit about how you come here to this point. Tell us the musician's journey in other ways.
It's been a journey. I will tell you that. I remember it almost like it was yesterday. I came home from school. I believe this was in grade 5. I came home from school and there was a special on the Disney Channel. It was Leanne Rimes. And she's a country singer. And she was 15 at the time. And I remember her wearing this gold jumpsuit. And she came floating in on some boat and walked on stage. And her voice was just something I'd never heard before. And it instantly lit a flame. And I decided from that point on, I wanted to do. I said, if she can do this, I can do this. And from that second on, I decided that music was what I wanted to do. So after watching that and learning every song to a T, I entered the Country Vocal Spotlight in 1998. I was 13. And I was going up against so many amazing singers who I'm still friends with today, actually. Sorry, I have a wildcat up there. And I ended up winning the competition. It was a life changer for me. I went on to sing at the Calgary Stampede, the Canadian Finals Rodeo. I met so many amazing artists, musicians who I'm still friends with today. And it kind of just set it all in motion for me, this dream that I've had. It was just it was an amazing moment. I think I get it, knowing that I was going to talk to you today. I thought about this, and I hadn't thought about this for a long time. Just
Hmm.
where it all starts, right? We all have that beginning, that first
Yeah.
story that gets us going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So I just got shivered down my spine just not hearing that. So just awesome, you know.
I may cry today.
Yeah, I crying is okay. Crying is okay. I've been seen crying in public before.
We
So
can have a therapy session together.
yeah, yeah. So Leanne Rams, I did not know about Leanne Rams. That is how you got into professional singing, and
Absolutely.
I know country music has been a good part of your beginning of your career, and I know we have some clips here. In fact, one that we're going to share later on that have you
Yeah.
singing an original, which I don't mind saying. When I listened to it, I didn't realize it was your song. I know this lovely song, popular song. I love it, and then
Oh,
last
thank
night when you
you.
sent it to me, I realized you wrote it. That's your
Yeah.
song.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. It's sometimes I forget that I
Mm.
that there's that whole other part of songwriting, and I listen to songs that I did more. I found that I was songwriting more when I was singing country music, and I think it was because of all the artists that I'd met. They were all really big into songwriting as well, and so it kind of got me more into that. But I've been writing songs since I was a kid, and they're all just sitting in books waiting to be finished.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic. So our viewers out there, look forward to a video clip that we're going to share with you where Samantha sings her original song there as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that backstory. And there's a lot of viewers chiming in here, both 25 people watching now live. And we
Wow.
have Steve Kozak says, "Hi, Sam. Great to
Hi,
see you."
Steve.
And yeah. So tell us, when did you get into the blues? So you started sort of professionally in the country sort of genre, and then at some point you became you realized that the blues is really kind of grabbing you there. Tell us about that. How did that
Yeah.
happen?
Well, I think it was always there. I think it's been there since I was little.
Hmm.
I remember my mom used to tell me when I was about 2 years old, I would dance whenever there was a Pepsi commercial that would come on TV and it had Ray Charles and he'd be
Mm.
playing and I used to tell mom, "Oh, it's Louis Armstrong." But I was so little and I was dancing and dancing and I just loved that feeling,
Yeah.
and so I think even back then, my mom knew that there was something in the blues that really got me going. And later on, my mom introduced me to Patsy Cline, who
Hmm.
even though was better known for her country music side, she was such a soul singer. And I was really touched by how she delivered a song and how real it was, and so it kind of started young for me. And then my dad was really, really into Eric Clapton, and
Hmm.
um, you know, my mom was into Led Zeppelin, and there was a lot of music that I grew up around, I guess, that really influenced me from a young age. So even though I was doing country music, um, I was still really, really wanting to keep kind of sneaking a little bit more of that blues flavor, even though I was told, maybe at one point just to kind of keep it to the side.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
For-
always told that, and today I think I'm so glad that there's so many artists out there that kind of have a touch of blues and folk and rock and all sorts of things. As long as it's really good
Mhm.
music, they're doing it. So anyway, long story short, um, I was working with Randy Bachman at one point. I was 16,
Mhm.
and I went to Salt Spring Island to record with him. We were going to do 3 demos and see what we could do, if we could shop them to labels and whatnot.
Mhm.
And I remember these 3 songs we recorded. They were pop country, and I wasn't really into it, to be honest. I was kind of going along with it, thinking, well, this is what's best for me, I guess, at the time.
Mhm.
And Randy, kind of on the side, gave me this little CD, and it was a singer songwriter by the name of Callie Chappell, and she's from
Mhm.
Texas. And he said, "I want you to listen to this because I know I can hear it in your voice. This is what you want to do." And so I listened, and it was all these blues songs. And it was, oh, I just remember the feeling. I wanted to record all of them right there and then.
Mhm.
And so actually, one of the videos I think we're playing today is a song called "My Baby's Got a Baby." And
Mhm.
this is one of Callie's songs. And I've had that song in my back pocket since I was 16. And I'm so happy to be able to finally be doing exactly what I want to be doing. Yeah, so it's
Yeah. Well, you know, on that note, since you mentioned it, do you mind if we play that video clip right now? In fact,
Absolutely, for sure.
yeah, let's listen to it. So here it is,
Yes.
and maybe give us a quick introduction of where this was and who you were with. Of course, you were with your trio, and,
I
and
was.
people gonna know who these people are.
Oh, absolutely.
But tell us a quick introduction before I roll the clip.
So, yes, this was a dream come true of mine. Samantha King and the YEG Trio. We played the Edmonton Blues Festival this last summer, and we played on the Sunday. And these three guys, Jimmy Gabosh, Sandro Dominelli, and Mark Baudin, are some of my closest friends. I've known them for a long time, and I really respect them as musicians and as people. And I finally got to do some work with them. Oh, is this? I think this is the video from Memphis, actually.
Yeah,
That's okay. Yeah, this is a different one. So we went to Memphis a year ago in January for the International Blues Challenge, and this is us playing at a really fun club called Wet Willie's, and it's usually a slushy bar. But so we were playing some blues there, and I believe this song is called "The Devil in Me." This is one that I wrote actually for the competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The title says.
Is this My Baby's Got a Baby? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay, so so this one here is this is Callie's song. Sorry, everybody, I'm getting all you guys confused. Yeah, My Baby's Got a Baby. So this was actually the last song that we did during our set for the semifinals. And you may notice in this one, I take a little fall. I was having some issues with dizziness, and I went to hit a big note, and then I just passed out into the drums. But I'm okay. I was not under the influence.
Shall we hit play?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Song's over.
What in the world am I gonna do? I said my baby's got a baby. What in the world am I gonna do? You need to make up your mind, my baby. One of us is gone, and only one little baby's just gonna
I never noticed that before.
Very theatrical. Awesome.
Oh, it's a sexy time. Me too. Yes. Down she goes. Oh my gosh. Oops. Did I kill the video? Oh my gosh.
I did not see that coming.
No, nobody does.
You know, yesterday we were talking to Percy Marshall, and we talked about the things that happen on your journey of a long music career. You're going to have that to talk about for years to come, my friend.
Oh man, let me tell you, I won't live it down. I won't live it down. Oh man, I haven't watched that video in a long time. It's been a while. And I can't believe the energy. I feel like I'm shaking. Like
Yeah.
I remember just the intensity of the spirit or whatever that was in the room and everywhere during that competition. Oh my gosh. Like it was something I'll never forget. And part of me thinks that's why I was having these dizzy spells, because it had actually happened on January 16th. Actually, we did a fundraiser at the Rocky Mountain Ice House just before we went to Memphis, and that was the first time it happened. I actually fell right into the drum kit. I didn't break anything. It was it was fine, but I don't like to just say the stress of it all, but just the vibe of it's almost like it that kind of music just takes over you if you let it. Takes you over. And Yeah. I remember that point when I fell, I didn't see it coming. I knew that
Hmm.
I was having these issues, but
Hmm.
at the very end of that crazy note or whatever, I was like, "Oh yeah, that felt good." And then I just I
You
just
just
fell.
let it go, right?
I mean, let it go, sister. And then I blacked out completely for a second and I woke up like, almost instantaneously. And I'm looking at Mark and he's like looking at me like, oh God. And I'm like, and I thought, oh no, I've screwed this up. That's the first thing. So I jumped up and I didn't even know where I was in the song anymore. And I just kept going. And I thought, hopefully they'll figure out where I am because I have no idea what's going on. Oh man. So that, yeah, when you talk about things that happen along the way, yes,
Yeah.
you have to know that these things are just going to happen and they
You
just
know
kind of
what?
make for a story, don't they?
You have no career if you don't have stories like that along the way, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of life, right? So
It sure is.
thank you for sharing that with us. Now tell
Absolutely.
us. Now I'm going to ask you a similar question that I asked Percy yesterday, and that is, what would be one of the big highlights that's top of mind as you think about your musical journey so far? Is there one or two that comes to mind that's top of mind right now that you can share a bit of a
Oh
story?
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's funny. I have a story from it was 2004, 2005. I'm kind of fuzzy on the year, but
Hmm.
it hasn't really changed even though I've had so many amazing opportunities. Like I when I think back, I'm really lucky. I'm really blessed. I have always had a huge crush on a Australian guitarist by the name of Keith Urban.
Mm.
I can't look at the screen because everybody's laughing at me. I can tell. Um, but actually, and the song that I had for the John Lennon Songwriting Competition was called "The All Overs," and it's about him. So,
Hmm.
but we'll get to that later. So 2004 was the Canadian Country Music Awards, and they were being held in Calgary. And the Palliser, which was this big,
Hmm.
beautiful hotel, we decided we'd all set up sort of a jam. It was kind of last minute in the middle of the lobby there.
Hmm.
And so after the awards, I head over there with my manager, Irma McPherson at the time, and we all kind of gathered around, and all of a sudden, all these, the stars of the show started walking in. Michelle Wright, Patricia Conroy, Terry Clark's fiddle player was there, and guitarist. Keith Urban came in. I remember. Oh gosh, there was a whole bunch of people there. It was
Hmm.
kind of like a dream, really,
Hmm.
and we all started just playing music together. And then Keith started just shouting out chords to all of the
Hmm.
musicians. It was something to see. Sorry, I'm losing my earpiece here. And I remember all of a sudden, Keith shouted, "What song's next?" I shouted, "Blue Moon of Kentucky." So we all started playing this song, and then he came up right, and we started doing a duet. Best night of my life. And then we went over to
Awesome.
the piano afterwards, and Keith
Yeah.
by that time had a little bit too much to drink. This was a while ago before he got all sober and everything. But
Hmm.
he goes over to the piano and he starts playing Piano Man, and he's got a big bottle of Jim Beam.
Hmm.
And I swear he finished that thing. And at the end of the song, he did one of these crazy, across the piano things and knocks the bottle over, and everybody cheers, and the night was done. It was amazing. I will never forget that night, ever.
I can feel it and I can see it in your face.
What do you mean?
Awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Well, I think, as any artist or musician, we all have heroes. And
Hmm.
I think for any of us, a dream would be to play or to sing with our heroes. And so to me, that was me singing with one of my heroes. So that was pretty darn cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take those photos that you sent me. I'm going to put them on screen, and I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
to ask. I'm going to ask you just say either a quick story or a sentiment about it. It's going to be random, and
Okay.
yeah. I'm going to go ahead and
I'm
do that.
excited. Sure.
This is completely random. So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, I'm nervous.
let's
I
go
did
ahead.
send you some random photos.
Yeah, and one of them is a little. Well, let's just say, I guess, just brace yourself for one of the photos. Is that fair to say that?
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
So brace yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Don't be drinking some coffee and in front of some fine linen or something like that. And okay, be careful with that.
Turn your brightness up, everyone. Oh, so this was Vancouver 2010. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the Joker, and I decided it would be a good idea that we all take the bus down Broadway, and I would sit in the back and just sit there. And everyone around me was very uncomfortable. It was interesting. This was it was Halloween night, and I remember there were some kids in the front that noticed me and were really excited. They were the only ones that weren't nervous or uncomfortable. So that was, yeah, that's me being, yeah, a little loony there. Oh my gosh. So this was Vancouver. I want to say 2010 as well, actually. Some good friends of my sister's who were working on a photography degree or something, they were taking some pictures of me. I just really love this shot because it's in Gastown, which is one of my favorite places in Vancouver. And I'm just trying to be all cool looking there. Yeah. Wish my legs still look like that. Yes. Wow. That's me singing for the Edmonton Oilers. I was the official anthem singer for a couple of years. And I wonder if that might even be the first. I was thinking it was the first official game, and they changed the carpet. And those heels that I'm wearing were brand new. I thought it'd be a good idea to wear heels on the ice. And, and I remember I took my first step, and the whole carpet just went whoosh, and I landed on my heels on the ice, and the whole crowd went whoosh. And then when I landed, they were all like, "Wah!" So there you go. That's another moment I've had. I'm a klutz. Oh my goodness. Yep, there I am again. Oh my goodness. Yep. I think when I was doing the Oilers games, I think I changed my hair color at least every couple of months, it seems. I'm going for the looks sort of like the goth look there. Yes. Oh my gosh. Ah, yes. So this is what I do every day. No, I've always been a big fan of Halloween, as I'm sure you can guess by now. I see 2011. My best friend Jessica and I put on this haunted house in her garage, and we had some friends in radio, so we called them up and asked if we could talk about it on radio as we were doing it for charity. I think we were gathering food for the food bank at that time, and we had over 300 kids come through her garage. And so the next year we moved it to her aunt's house in Fort Saskatchewan. And this is actually a driveway between two houses. We used both of their backyards and created this massive haunted house maze. And this was clown year, as you can tell. And yeah, I remember we were doing it for the Food Gatherers Association for Fort Saskatchewan. Yeah, that was a fun year. We scared a lot of people, and not just kids. There was a lot of food from that one too. That was a good year. Oh, when I sent you this photo, I actually started tearing up. That's Paul Lorio and me. He was, if you don't know, you're not from Edmonton, the anthem singer for the Edmonton Oilers. He was such a sweet man. I remember meeting him just before going on, and yeah, that's a wake-up call right there. Just before I went out on the ice, and we matched. What a sweet guy. This was actually my very first trip to Nashville. I was 14, and I was in the studio recording an album, actually, which we never ended up doing anything with. I should try and find it. It was all just traditional country covers, stuff I'd never heard before, actually, most of it. And I think I'm singing Imagine That by Patsy Cline. we did a version of that. At least I'm pretending to be. So that was working with Gary Buck, who had the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame National Singing Competition, which I won, and that's why I got to go to Nashville. Wow. So in 2006, I decided to take a little break from land living, and I went and joined the Royal Caribbean production show on the Rhapsody of the Seas. So this was actually our country music show, as you can tell. We called it Pure Country, and I'm just backstage here with a couple guys in sound and lighting. That was a lot of fun, and that's probably the most Western you'll ever see me dress. Oh, yes. Sorry, this is a little blurry, but I had to share this photo. So I'm having a trouble remembering exactly what year this was. I feel like it was 2009, but it might have been 2010. So Big Valley Jamboree had a horrible accident. The stage collapsed due to a storm. And here I'm standing with Larry Warner, who was the president of Panhandle Productions. He was the guy for Big Valley Jamboree. And this is for the makeup concert, which had Tim McGraw, amongst many, many other artists. And we're doing sort of a fundraiser for a lady named Donna Moore, who was actually killed in the accident. And one of the videos that we're going to play today, I think, is actually myself and Duane Steele, an incredible singer-songwriter from Alberta. We wrote a song called Let It Rain for that family, for the family, and for this particular concert. That was a really special day. So Bruce, Alberta, that's actually, so when my mom and my brother and I moved out to Bruce, Alberta, that was kind of where I first started singing. I was in grade 6, and the lovely people at the Bruce Hotel were always so supportive of me. It was one of the first places I ever sang for their big steak dinners on Friday. That was a lovely time. So I gave them a picture, and then they sent me a picture of the picture years later. That's really cool. Yeah. There's me. Okay, so usually about 2 months before Halloween, I get a little loony and decide that, I'm going to devote every single second of my life to creating a haunted house. and this is me right in the midst of that. We're building the house. So, I usually don't eat. I'm living on coffee when I'm building these things. And yeah, this is just my dear friend Kelly Vaughn, who is my partner in crime for these haunted houses. She took this picture of me in all my glory. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this picture was from the cruise ship when I did the production show. This was for, so we had 2 productions. We had Pure Country, and then we had Piano Man. So we were doing songs from people like Elton John, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Barry Manilow. And then this one was Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. And I was supposed to be some kind of Emerald City-esque thing. Oh, I was so embarrassed every time I went out on stage. We had the best costumes. Okay, oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. I forgot I sent you all these. So I was part of a pop group when I think I was 15. We were called Girlactica, and we opened for Eiffel 65. They had a big hit called Blue. I'm blue, da-dee, 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 da-dee. So this was us. I think we took these pictures and we were in the paper. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that.
There's a photo I was referring to.
There we go. I was thinking you were referring to that one. So it's 3 years now. Oh my gosh. I moved to Vancouver in 2016, late 2016, and I wanted to go to makeup school. As you can tell, I love Halloween and I love makeup, and I've always loved horror movies and stuff. So when I went to makeup school, I went to Blanche McDonald in Vancouver, and we were given quite a long time to decide what we wanted our final project to be. And I decided I wanted to do something with hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. So I decided that I would make a mold of my hand and then just wrap it around the model. I did a bald cap on her. I did some kind of crazy disease over her one eye, and she's sort of blind in the other. And then I had a finger growing out of her chin there for speak no evils. And it's funny because the teacher that we had for these final projects, he was definitely the most hardcore. I thought, oh gosh, he's going to hate this. He's going to just rip it apart. He loved it. And it made my life complete. Yeah. And so I'm glad I went through it, because I did like this one work that I did. It's so suitable.
I have not seen this before. This is new.
Yes. Oh, yes. Mr. Bobby Cameron and me. This was the Edmonton Blues Society's Winter Blues Festival in 2019. I've been very fortunate to work with some amazing guitarists, and I've always had a real connection with Bobby. I've known him for years. And him and I've always really played off each other. Just it's never a job, and I don't ever have to think when I'm on stage with him. He just has this energy that it just fills me with energy. So I love this shot because it's definitely one of those moments.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was I was singing "My Baby's Got a Baby." That was in Memphis last year. And at the very end of the song, well, here's the thing. I've had my heart broken before, and I kind of use this song as sort of a therapy session, a 3-minute therapy session. And it really, really affected me that day and that moment. And I just started crying, and I thought, great. Am I wearing my waterproof mascara? And I wasn't, but it actually got a really cool picture. And I was really crying. And when we left the stage, I went to the bathroom and kept crying. Yeah, that was what a moment. What a moment, Dune. Yeah. So that's Jimmy and Mark, and I know Sandra's in the picture there. We're at the Calgary Blues Festival last summer, and it was literally like 40 degrees outside. My shoes were melting on the stage. I think I actually took them off. I do tend to take my shoes off on stage a lot, and I'm pretty sure I had taken them off for this, so my feet were burning. That was really, really cool. What a neat audience.
Awesome
that was
photo.
A beautiful day. Yeah.
Fantastic photo.
And Jimmy's shirt. Yeah. So that was for the Edmonton Blues Festival. That was at the very end of our set. We had a standing ovation, which was crazy. I'll never forget that day, and being able to sing with these guys. That was something really, really special. Yeah. Yep. That's so Marilyn Stringer, who's an amazing photographer, took a lot of these photos from the Blues Festival. And she happened to catch me right in a moment where I was just feeling unbelievable joy and so much. I was so grateful. I almost felt like I was kind of in a dream. Yeah, I wanted to sing at that festival since I was a kid, even before I was really singing blues. So that was really a special moment.
Awesome photo. Yeah. I love the blue in the background, plays with the black.
Thank you. Yeah, that's actually my godfather, Jack Clark, is he's kind of a well-known photographer, mostly for landscape. But he and I wanted to kind of do something together, so we got together and had like a fog machine going and sort of creating something a little more like retro looking. Yeah, my short blonde hair. Yeah, the microphone with no cord.
It's ultra high tech wireless.
Yes, ultra high tech. Yeah, this was from that shoot that we did as well. Trying to find something a little more serious. I haven't had a really, really good up close headshot in a long time, so that's as close as I have to today, even though my hair is completely different. It's always a thing, Dune. I've had completely different hair in just about every photo shoot I've ever had.
Yeah.
Keeping people on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And I know that there's this, let me just see here, there's another one. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. And
Yeah.
let me just ask you a different question while we perhaps get ready to play another clip for our viewers here.
Sure.
We talked about the highlight of your career. Do you have a low light that you want to share that, things that, is among the kind of a low experience of your kind of music career so far that you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, I feel like I've been able to talk about hard times a little easier these days.
Mm-hmm.
One that really comes to mind, I'd say, was probably, I would say, I know there's been a couple of them. I mean, one of the reasons I went on the cruise ship was because I was having so much anxiety and everything that was happening, in the business and
Mm-hmm.
that we were dealing with at the time. So this was 2006, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
I was really, really busy. I remember it was one of the busiest times of my career. I was doing country music at the time, and we were playing all these festivals. And it's funny now because I can look back on it now and I can go, these times that I thought were super bad at the time, they weren't really that bad. I think, it's all subjective to how we're feeling at the time. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so I felt like I had to, go away and take some time. And then it happened again, probably about 2015. I was really busy. I was working a ton with the Retrofits, a great local party band, the best, with Mark Baudin. And
Mm-hmm.
I was playing a lot. I was singing a ton. And so many cool opportunities and things were coming my way. I did an audition for Keith Urban did a show in town, and you had to sing one of his duets that he did with Miranda Lambert. And if they picked you, he would bring you on stage.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of really cool stuff that happened that year, and nothing really seemed to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And it really bummed me out. I lost my dad that year.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through a lot of, mental health issues and just trying to figure that out. And
Mm-hmm.
so it was definitely one of the lowest points, like in my life as well as my career, just because, I think it's all,
Mm-hmm.
mixed together, I guess. Right. So, but when I look back on it now, I think that year was the reason I really decided that blues was what I wanted to do. It
Mm-hmm.
was what made me go to makeup school to do something completely different that was still creative, that made me happy. I think it made me take charge of my mental health. I think it's made me a lot stronger. So I'm really, even though I used to look at those times as being just awful, and what am I going to do? Everything's hopeless. I look back, I try and look at them now as being just total, like almost like a growth spurt, stepping stones to get you to that next place in your life. And I'm really grateful now for a lot of the low points because they've kind of made me the person I am today, and helped me see things in more of a positive light than
Mm-hmm.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And so, Samantha, you get to make a choice. The next video, we can play either one or the other. We could play the
Okay.
International Blues Festival, or we could play that country song that you wrote and performed. Which one would you like to go next?
Why don't we play the country one? That's kind of cool.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
so tell us about the country song while I cue it up.
So the country song, that one is called Let It Rain. And it's
Mhm.
a song that Duane, Steele, and I wrote for Don O'Moore, who was killed in the accident at Big Valley Jamboree so many years ago. It's also about, no matter what happens to us as musicians, we could take this current situation is the same thing. Things can happen to make us maybe want to quit. Maybe hard times will get us to a place where we're not sure if we're going to keep going musically or in whatever career path we have. But if we just stick together, we're all a family, and we're going to get through this together. And let it rain, whatever.
Let it rain.
We're going to keep going.
Right. I'm going to roll it here. So thank you for that introduction. And let's take a listen, folks.
Hi, everybody. How excited are you to be here tonight? We are very excited and very honored to be here this evening. Duane and I wrote a song for you all tonight, and we hope it'll bring a smile to your face. And to me, it's amazing. In spite of everything that happened August 1st, I'm amazed how we've all come together like this. And because we love country music, and we really all are a family, that we're all here tonight to enjoy exactly what we love, and that's country music. And it makes me real proud to be a country music singer tonight, I tell you what. So thank you so much, Larry. Thank you very much for having us here tonight. I love you too. So this song we'd like to dedicate to all the country music fans, including Miss John Moore. This is a song called Let It Rain. Sky turned blue to darkness. Band is up there on the stage. Crowd is screaming for the music. Come hell or high water, they were gonna stay at the window. They all come down and won't stop us from singing our song. Yeah, we're family and we'll go on singing through the rain. Look terror in the face, put it in its place, and it can blow down our stage. We'll go on singing just the same. Yeah, let it rain. Little girl cried, I love you, Mom. But all her mama could do is hold her tight. As the storm raged on all around her, she prayed with all her might. They make it through the night, and the wind blows, they all come down and won't stop us from singing our song. Yeah, we're family, we'll go on singing through the rain. Pull up tear in the face, put it in its place, and you can blow down our stage. We'll go on singing just the same. Let it but life goes on, so sing as well. Let the wind blow, they all come down and stop us singing our song. We're a family, and we'll go on singing through the rain. Through the terror in the face, put it in their space.
fantastic.
Oh, thanks, Dune.
Yeah.
I cry every time I watch that. Sorry.
Like I said earlier, I knew this song. I listened to it. I loved it, but I didn't know who wrote it. And then last night when you sent me the file, I'm thinking, wow, that's you. Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers have heard this song and love this song and enjoy it over the years. How many years? When was that?
So I'm pretty sure it was like 2011 when we did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't. It feels literally like just yesterday.
Yeah. Time is funny that way when you look back.
Yeah, it is. It's funny when I forgot all about this, but so I'm wearing a wig. I'm wearing a wig in this video, and it's because Duane and I were actually in a show at the Mayfield Dinner Theater, and we had to do our afternoon show, and what the show was, it was called Nashville Icons. So Duane was oh gosh, no, I'm forgetting. So Kevin was Hank Williams, Duane was Garth Brooks, and then I was Shania Twain. So that's why I have that wig on. So we literally did this piece at Rexall Place. And then we had to leave almost immediately after, like as soon as we got off the stage, we had to run to the car because we had a show at the Mayfield Dinner Theater. What a weird day. Yeah.
Show business. Hey, Michelle has a beautiful comment here. She says, beautiful, wonderful song. I know it. My first memory of from 1999 at the Nashville North Danes Rodeo. Yeah. And so she talks about how it was awesome for her.
Oh, yes. Oh, I remember Lee. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Those were the days, those Nashville North performances. That was during Calgary Stampede. That was actually right after I won the Country Vocal Spotlight. So I was about 14 or 15 when I met all these lovely people, and we would take turns doing a couple songs for Nashville North. And then we would also go to Ivan Dane's rodeo. Oh, there's so many good memories. It literally feels like just a couple of years ago, but it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart goes out to you, Michelle. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry, I got so excited there.
Technology failing us.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's better than a wardrobe malfunction. It's just a technology malfunction, folks. Yeah, it's just a camera. It's just a camera. It survives.
Oh my gosh! If I could tell you how many times I've dropped this phone.
It's a nice phone. You have what is it? An iPhone 11 or something like that?
Yeah, it's the iPhone 11 Pro. I really wanted the 3 cameras because who doesn't need 3 cameras, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Now, I want you to introduce.
Oh, you cut out there. There we go.
Yeah, the next clip. I was killing the video. I was taking the video off stage and accidentally took myself off stage.
Oh, we don't want that. I want to see you.
So tell us about the next clip where it is at the International Blues Festival, and I love the outdoor stage there. Tell us about that while I cue it up.
Yes. So this last August, so Sandro and Jimmy and Mark and I, we all got together and we played the International Blues Festival, which was definitely a dream come true of mine. I'm sure Jimmy and Sandro have played there a few times. So it was kind of Mark Bodan and I. It was our first time, and what a rush! We were the first ones on that day. So we did the sound check, and just the vibe from the stage and the whole thing that Cam Hayden sets up it's just so amazing. It reminds me of Austin, Texas, years ago when I went there. And so this is My Baby's Got a Baby. Sorry for the second play, but this was one of my favorite times ever, singing and performing from my heart. And I had no shoes on, and I don't know. It was just such a cool moment to play music with some of my favorite people.
Yeah.
So.
But this is a different outdoorsy kind of a baby here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Take you to church. vocals by Mark Bodin. Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. I'm singing, everybody. Come on now. Talks like love. Talks like love. It feels alright. La 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 la. Yeah. Come on, Jimmy. Talk like love. Oh, make me feel alright. In the middle of the night. That was so fun, Dune.
Fantastic. Our viewers are just dancing out there, my friend.
Good.
Samantha King, everybody. And of course, the awesome Jimmy Gubash there and the rest of the band. Fantastic.
Absolutely. That was so fun. So fun. Thanks for playing that, Dune.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Samantha. So I think we don't have any meetings to attend to right after this. So I think we can extend it a little bit, right, Samantha?
I've still got some coffee in here, so
You
good.
got coffee. I got coffee and I got water. So we can go
look
for
at
a while.
you.
Yeah. So
I've
tell
got
us.
coffee and bananas.
I saw those bananas earlier during setup.
my trusty little high-tech setup here.
Yeah.
The bananas are saving my phone right now.
Yeah.
They're just in behind there.
You got a $2,000 phone and a $5 kind of stand set up, right?
That's how I roll.
So tell us, beyond photos and videos, we got another video clip that we're going to share a bit later to end things off there. But before we go there, tell us another story about whether it's the blues or whether it's country music. Do you have a story that stands out that people may not have heard? Something that might surprise them about you? Any kind of story that's sort of different?
Surprise them. Well, I'm just a surprising different individual anyway. So. Oh gosh. Oh, you stumped me there. Let me see. Well, we shared the Halloween stuff and the makeup stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a surprising thing. Oh gosh, I don't know. Can anybody who's watching think of
Okay,
something?
there you go. Here's a quiz for the viewers watching. If you
Yeah,
know something about Samantha that you think the rest of the world doesn't know, chime in
I
and
don't
we'll.
know.
Yeah, maybe Samantha doesn't even know. Chime in so that we can all kind of learn more about Samantha here. So we still got a number of people watching here, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, we're beyond our hour for sure now. But I think we're okay. This is a
Wow, that went so
Tuesday.
fast.
This is like cheap Tuesday. Tuesday we just double the time. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
two for one.
That's
So
right.
so any surprising things from the viewers about Samantha? Any fun facts that you know? Go ahead and type it in the comments, folks,
Well,
and we'll bring you up.
I keep seeing Paula's comments here. She's got to know something. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe it's not really like different necessarily. Well, I mean, I guess it's okay. So I'll share this one story. It's not where I was singing, but it was definitely pretty darn cool and something I never thought would happen. One of our trips to Nashville, it was I was staying there for a month. Yeah, I'm going to definitely share this story. So I was there for a month. I was there to songwrite and just to kind of be in Nashville and just kind of be present there and so
Immerse yourself. Yeah.
yeah, and so I actually had a couple of days off, and my manager at the time, Irma, came down to hang out with me for a couple weeks, and she ended up getting her finger caught in this car door. I don't know how it happened, but she ended up having to go to the hospital. It was the Vanderbilt Hospital, and I remember we were there till about 3 a.m. And then, knowing me, I'm a little crazy this way. I love venturing off into the great unknown, even if it's unsafe. So about 3 a.m, in my flats, I walked from Vanderbilt University Hospital all the way across Nashville into somewhere in East Nashville where we were staying. And I walked across. I have never seen Broadway so it was all lit up, but there was nobody there. I only saw maybe a couple of construction workers. I walked all the way, and I went across this like sort of a bridge that was all blocked off, but I walked across it, and I somehow got home safe by dawn. So I got home, and then when I got up the next morning, I was going to my favorite coffee shop in Nashville, which was Bongo Java. And I'm walking there, and I literally look like a bum, Dune, because I had like 1 hour sleep or whatever. And I'm walking, and all of a sudden I see this guy standing in front of the cafe drinking a latte. He had a bit of a beer gut, and he's on his phone. And I looked at him, and I went, "Oh, it's Robert Plant." And I called my mom on my cell phone as I'm walking by. I'm like whisper screaming. I got like maybe half a block down, and I'm whisper screaming to my mom on the voicemail. I just walked past Robert Plant. Oh my God. And I'm going on and on. And eventually I got off the phone. I went and did my stuff at the post office, and I'm telling all these people I ran into Robert Plant, and they're all, oh my God. And I go back to Bongo Java, and I go in, and he's not there anymore. And I just have to find out what kind of coffee he ordered. That was a big deal to me, and I was so disappointed because he just got a latte. There was nothing strange about it. No extra hot, no foam.
No.
And something about me, I guess it's not. I don't know. It's not really interesting, but I've been a barista since 2008. I love coffee, and I'm a tiny bit of a coffee snob now, but
Yeah.
So that was a huge thing for me to find out what Robert Plant drinks from a coffee shop. That's how exciting my life is.
It took you putting your life on the line, walking for hours in God knows where, and all of that stuff. Middle of the night, put yourself at risk, and then you stumble onto Robert Plant.
My gosh,
Mr. Robert Plant,
the Robert Plant, who's one of my absolute all-time favorite rock singers. And here I am. I look like a hippie. I'm sure he's seen that before, so it's fine. It's totally fine. He probably. So there was that whole thing was crazy though, because that trip, was a huge thing because that was the first time I'd gone to Memphis. Actually,
Mhm.
my best friend had secretly booked a trip to Nashville to visit me because it was my birthday, actually. And when they got there, they stayed with us a few days, and then we drove to Memphis. And, and it was just three of us girls. We go to Memphis, and on the way there, we decide we're going to stop in Jackson because, the Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash, going to Jackson. Well, we get to Jackson, and it's the wrong Jackson. So we're singing, we went to the wrong Jackson. And it was just this crazy trip. And then, we leave Jackson, and then all of a sudden, Jessica has to go to the bathroom, and there's no bathroom around. So we end up turning off into some place called Turner Center, which we thought, was like a community hall. It was a federal penitentiary. So we drive in there, and literally, I've never seen someone do a Yui that quick. Like all of the inmates were all outside in their orange jumpsuits.
Oh, wow.
And they all see us turn in, there's three girls, and it was just like, zoom. I think she forgot she had to pee after that. But it was just such a crazy trip. I'm remembering that whole thing. Sorry, I'm sharing that whole story. that was an insane trip. And we got some good songs out of it too.
Or maybe she didn't forget. Maybe she didn't forget.
She didn't have to pee anymore.
Now,
She didn't
Percy.
have to pee anymore.
The fantastic Percy Marshall says, so much soul in your voice, Samantha. Great interview, and giving
thank
you some
you.
hands,
Aw,
applause
you too,
there.
Percy. I
So-
loved his luscious locks.
Yeah.
In the interview. I've never seen him without a hat on. I was complimenting on his hair.
Yeah, that was the first time I met what is it? Much Music fame,
Yeah.
Percy Marshall
The
yesterday.
legend.
The legend. Laurel G says, I bet Robert was recording with Alison Krauss when you saw him.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure he was. They were doing that album together, I'm
Mhm.
sure. Because I know the studio was only a couple of blocks away from there. So
Mhm.
that was pretty cool.
And Michelle's just laughing away here, the Jackson story.
It was ridiculous, and it just didn't stop from there. We go to Memphis, and then I remember the day we were leaving, Jessica said I could drive on the way back, which was a huge mistake. And she lets me drive from the gas station home. So the first thing I do is go over those islands. I just drove right over one of those islands, and we had a rental. I probably left scratches and whatnot on it. And we get out of town, and the GPS stops working, and then it takes us on some trail. And I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Wrong Turn or Deliverance, but it slowly became like one of those movies. I almost hit a possum. It was pitch black. We're going home. It's 10 o'clock at night. We drive past this old shed that it's got one of those old Coke vending machines. And I just, I thought we're all going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great trip.
Percy told a couple of stories like that yesterday, and we now has established that it is common to musicians to go through these experiences on the road. Is that right?
Oh, you bet. You know what? It's not a normal day in a musician's life if something crazy doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Especially on the road.
Hey, we have a clip, one more clip, a video clip that we want to show. Tell us about this clip here. It is, I'm going to say, it says, the devil in me.
Yes,
So tell us
okay.
about the devil.
Yes, the devil in me. So I wrote this song I'm trying to remember if I wrote it right before we made the finals for the Edmonton Blues Society's Memphis Bound Blues Challenge. I wanted to write a blues song because I had some sort of country blues that I'd written in the past, but it wasn't quite where I wanted it. So anyway, I started writing this song. And, most people that know me, especially from when I was doing country music and I was younger, I was bubbly and sweet. And I had, no one ever really saw the dark side of me until recently. And I say that with a massive smile. So I wrote this song just to kind of touch on little things that talk about who I am as a person, and I think we all have a little troublemaker in us, and so that's what this song is about.
Fantastic.
And then I learned that Jimmy actually has a song called "The Devil in Me" as well. I had no idea. So it was fate. It was destined to happen that we do this song.
When you harmonize, you can call it "The Devil in Us."
The Devil in Us, yes. I'm sure.
Fantastic.
That was fun.
Yes,
So much
yes.
fun.
Well, as we round the corner here on wrapping this up, Samantha, are there stories or sentiments or things that you want to share? I'm going to let you take us home here with anything that you want to talk about, anything that you want to share. If you want me to go somewhere out the web, pull up something, I'd be happy to do that.
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm finding right now with like COVID-19 and everything that's happening, I'm really finding like a nice quiet place in my life. I've been feeling a lot of calm and just trying to rethink without thinking too much
Mm-hmm.
about, what I want to do next and where I want to be, in 5 years, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting how life, will take us on these ebbs and flows, and how different we tend to think about stuff
Mm-hmm.
as the years go by. And I'm finding right now I'm more comfortable than ever with where I am in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding more and more, listening to like these old clips again. I'm finding more and more the reason as to why I started singing and
Mm-hmm.
why I love music so much and why I wanted to be a singer. And I'm just seeing it more and more clearly right now than I think I ever have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look on it as I used to when I was, 13, 14. When you're that young, it's just, you want to be a famous singer, and you want,
Mm-hmm.
you want to travel the world, and you want to make huge differences in everyone's lives and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And I'm finding more and more now. I mean, I'm 35 now,
Mm-hmm.
that I want to sing because I absolutely love to sing, and I
Mm-hmm.
love to make other people feel what I'm feeling when I
Mm-hmm.
sing. And it's I think all of us need to be doing what we love, no matter what it is, and how much money we make. I've always found that I've needed to have a second job in order to do music, and I've always been okay with that, because as long as I'm part of music in some form or another, I'm truly happy. So having this time right now has really made me just that much more grateful to be given this life that I've been given. It's a pretty cool thing. So I think kind of what I want to leave with everybody is just do what you love to do, and don't stop making excuses as to why you're not doing it. Just do it, and you
Mm-hmm.
will be so much happier. And take this crazy time right now, and turn it towards yourself, and realize that you're given this life for one reason, and that's to do what you love to do and to be happy. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just do
Thank
it.
Thank you for sharing that. There you go. And with that, folks, I'd like to again thank you, Samantha, for joining us for the hour and a bit here,
Thank
and
you.
for all the music that you share with us, and all the emotions and the fun and excitement. And we can tell you are deep into your music. And during times like this, when we get to slow down a bit, in some ways, shape or form, I think it can be very helpful. So I agree with you on that, and
Absolutely.
glad you're going through that as well. So
Thanks, Dune.
to our viewers out there, I hope you continue to enjoy hearing from Samantha going forward in various forms as she evolves here, and I hope you continue to encourage her to just. Continue to put her music out there, because we need it. It's awesome, my friend. It is fantastic.
Thank you so much, June, and thanks everybody for tuning in today.
Hmm. So again, thank you to our viewers for watching, and now as well as later. And if you have any questions further for Samantha, feel free to drop them in the comments there. I'm sure we'll be able to see it, and we'll hear more from Samantha on the sort of the replay, as well as other viewers watch it afterwards. And again, thank you so much, Samantha, and have a great day, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much, June. You as well. All the
Hmm.
best to you.
Thank you. And to our viewers out there, take good care of yourself and take good care of one another. Until we meet again, have a wonderful day, the rest of your day, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.